Hello everyone, this is NorthWind here, and welcome back to Shadowrun Returns. We are currently in the Seamstress's Union, a kind of dive bar for Shadowrunners. We have checked out the murder scene where Sam Watts was killed. We got a little bit of information about the last people that he saw, one of them being a bartender by the name of Coyote, who has also gone missing. And right now we're going to go ahead to talk to Mr. Clue and attempt to see Mrs. Kapoor, who runs the place, and then maybe we're going to go and see if we can track down Coyote. Come here. Who are you? Posted at the doorway to the VIP section is a tower of troll muscle wrapped in an impossibly tailored suit. Whether the product of good genes or expensive after-the-market cosmetic work, the troll's gleaming horns perfectly frame his face, and his polished tusk and goatee accentuate the set of a lantern jaw. Welcome. Please behave yourself. Will do. You get trouble in here often? Nothing a stern look can't usually solve. You have business here? Looking into the death of Sam Watts. Heard about that. Real shame what happened to him. There's a sharpness in Clue's eyes, the look of a man who has seen much and earned wisdom at a young age. Figure Sam was the type who needed to be thrown out on occasion. Encouraged to call it a night, I'd say. Sam was a drunk, but he usually wasn't a violent one. Usually? What about the night he died? He was a bit agitated, didn't catch the specifics, might have been over a woman. Thought I was going to have to show him out, but I had to deal with a couple of rival go-gangers posturing for one of the working girls upstairs. Jake helped Sam out instead. Thanks for the info. No problem. Alright, well let's see what's in here. Ooh, we got a bunch of people in here. Who do we got? We've got Johnny Clean, Noog, and Mrs. Kapoor herself. Well, let's talk to Johnny Clean first. The man is dressed like a janitor, is wearing unusually clean overalls. He's tall, rail thin, and has a cunning look in his eye that says he's more than just a maintenance man. Howdy, name's Johnny Clean. You new? Yeah, first time, just getting a look at the place. Well, enjoy yourself. This looks like your type of place. I'm just sweeping up a bit. Something tells me he's not just sweeping up a bit. Let's talk to Noog. Who are you? Covered in glowing magical talismans and fetishes, the troll does not seem fully aware of this world. He mumbles to himself constantly, apparently participating in several conversations at once, but with entities you can neither hear nor see. Well, I told you, it's not like that at all. Bring me Puth and you shall have it. I am honored, your majesty. Crazy, crazy guy. That was why I said to use mustard instead of catsup. Ketchup. Catsup? Ah, I hate it when they spell catsup. Forgive me, Jean, I was a fool. He looks you through his eye, his other conversations on hold. You may peruse my magical wares and see their glory. Sure, I'd like to see what he's got. We got heal wound. We definitely need heal wound. I have armor. Distraction. Decrease the target's to hit chance by 12%. Flamethrower, a line of fire controlled by the caster and directed at one target. That does massive amounts of damage, so we're definitely going to grab that. Weaken armor decreases the armor. Haste cannot be used unless you have conjuring. Wow, okay. Maybe I should get conjuring. Oh, you have to be a shaman to do that. Okay. Manifest is that. Killing hands, magical resistance. The air fetish is for spirit summoning, and that's it. Okay. Well, heck, I can get a bunch of stuff. Mana ball, grab that because that is a that's an area of effect spell. Oh, we got enough. Let's just get it all. I can't use it all, but let's do that. We can't do a whole lot else. Let's see, +1 armor, last 2 rounds. Weaken armor, distraction. Nope, that works. I am just bumped up. Okay. Let's talk to Mrs. Kapoor. Mrs. Kapoor watches you across the room, sizing you up as you approach. As you get closer, you can see that she's of mixed race, African and Japanese. Her demeanor says, "This is my house. Mess with it at your peril." but her eyes twinkle with a playful light when she speaks. Con bonnoir, good evening. Con bonnoir, good evening. Are you enjoying the Seamstresses Union? There should be plenty for a man like you to enjoy. Or is this business? I just need a moment of your time, Mrs. Kabuta. I had topics to discuss. Soka, and why should I help you? Sam Watts. I'm looking for his killer. Her face brightens, amused. Ah, so you were the little insurance policy he would go on about when he was drunk. His avenging angel who would strike back at him from beyond the grave. What do you want to know? How well did you know Sam? I knew him. We all did. Sam was a regular here, whenever he could beg or borrow enough Nuyen to become altered in some way. Drugs, chips, alcohol, it didn't matter to Sam as long as he was bent. He was always looking for his next fix. He clung to this place like it was his lifeline, and we treated him as a part of the family, even if none of us truly liked him, except Coyote. Did you see Sam on the night of his death? He was here, quite inebriated, as he often was. Coyote was working bar that night, and she informed me that Sam was getting rowdy or belligerent with the other customers. When I requested his leave, he refused. My bouncer, Mr. Clue, was off dealing with another issue, so I requested that Jake escort Sam out the back, toward the alley. That was the last I saw of either of them. Okay, why is this place called the Seamstresses Union? During the gold rush years, there was a census, and the politicians wanted as high a number as possible to gain power and revenue. To bolster their numbers, they decided to include all of the working girls, of which there were many, to the rolls. However, given the times, they could not list the girls' true occupations, so they were entered them all as seamstresses. When a girl accumulated enough money to open her own place of business, she named it the Seamstresses Union, so potential workers would know that they would be treated fairly there, and thus a rich tradition was born. So you're a former seamstress? No. Perhaps when we know each other more, I will reveal more about myself. For now, enjoy the union. One more question. Can you tell me where to find Coyote? Her face darkens. Would that I could. I have not seen her in 2 days. She's a smart woman and quite dangerous, but I fear for her. She's smart, why fear for her? Because she's in a dangerous line of work, and there's always someone smarter, more prepared. Her room is upstairs. If you're looking for her, I invite you to examine it. You may be able to uncover her whereabouts. I would not normally betray her privacy in this way, but she's missed 2 shifts now and cannot be reached on her comm. It's unlike her. If something has happened, I will not have inaction on my conscience. Here's the key. Good to know. We're going to go upstairs. We're going to check out her room. What do we got here? Oh, we've got a mid-grade security panel attached to the nearby door. It's set to require a password for entry. Ooh, if we were a decker, we could jump right in there and probably get a bunch of money. Oh well, not going to be in this playthrough. Alright, so there's that. What's this? Anything interesting in here? It doesn't look like it. Alright, well let's see what else we got. And another door here. Ooh, tons of stuff in here. What happens if I click on this door? Is there anything I can do here? I don't think I can click on it at all now that I mentioned. Maybe at another time. Alright, well let's go inside his room. We're gonna have a lot of stuff to look at in here. Looks like Coyote keeps her clothes in boxes on the floor. Alright, well that's good in case you want to leave in a hurry. The stand is littered with action movies and cigarette butts. Frame painting of the Chicago skyline done in a stylized silhouette. Alright, well let's look at her bed. Coyote's bed is a diary with several pages sticking out of it. What's the first one say? There's a receipt stuck between the pages and a diary entry. Well, let's read the entry first. I came back from my shift to find 4 of Paco's goons sleeping on our apartment floor. It's getting fragging ridiculous. I want to be with him, with the real Paco, but this cutter direct keeps messing everything up. I love him, but he's totally different with the gang. It's how I make cash, baby, he always says. I try to tell him he doesn't need the cash. I can support us both with what I make at the Seamstresses Union, but he still goes on these runs. With the bozos all over my floor, it feels like I'm just seeing how far he can push me before I kick him out. I try to be patient, but why does it have to all be in one way? Alright. As soon as that last cutter was out of the door, I lost it. I told him if he ever pulled direct like that again, then he would be sleeping in the alley. Of course, he begged and pleaded with me, telling me it wouldn't happen again. I don't want to deal with this anymore, but I don't want him to leave. He's the reason I got through all that stuff last year. Got my bartending license, got this apartment and this life. I know he cares about me and loves me more than his involvement with the Cutters. I just wish I could slice out that gang from our life altogether. Slice out the fear that comes along with it. Alright. What's the receipt? Receipt for the Browning Max Power pistol from Gin Park downstairs with a note saying how big guns on hot women turn her on. Okay, well my guess there is that he probably got in a bad run and she went after him. That's my guess. Let's see what the second paper says. Handwritten poem on it, and a diary entry. What's the diary say? Sometimes it seems like Paco reads my mind and my diary. Or my diary. Maybe he does the latter. I wouldn't be surprised. Hi, Paco. Ever since last week, he hasn't mentioned the Cutters once. He leaves the apartment with a "see you in a few hours, babe," and returns later without comment. I don't know if it's really going to help us or to avoid the subject and conversation completely, but I have felt better without our constant arguing about it. The last 2 nights I've come home from work to Paco waiting up for me, slouching on the old dumpster couch with a novel 4 inches from his face. I imagine that as I turn the key to the door, he perks up and makes himself look especially studious for when I get through the door. He seems superficially surprised to see me, but I love his little act. What's the poem say? Let's just say that Paco should stick to guns and motorcycles and leave the poetry to others. Okay. Third. Another receipt and an old photograph stuck between the pages. Well, what kind of photograph? Shows a young girl with a caramel skin and dark brown hair. She has a snake wrapped around her arm, yet she's smiling. The back of the photograph has shadow scrawled on it. Okay. What's the receipt? A COD receipt for a special order, 5 pounds of zebra meat from Maury's Meat Emporium, located near the Pike Place Marketplace. Alright, might need to check that out. Fourth paper, receipt for a wall safe installed on the bathroom door, set a combination to 342436. Okay, 342436. Three, 4, 2, 4, 3, 6. Safe begins, beeps cheerfully in response, and the door comes open. What's in there? I got a frag grenade. Nice. Let's check out the computer. Coyote's computer is ancient, probably fished out of a junkyard. It doesn't even have a data jack, and the cracked display is covered with fingerprints. Tapping the keyboard causes the dust-caked fans to spin up, only to display on-screen password. Without the password, the only other button on the screen is password recovery. Well, let's do recovery. Please answer 3 security questions to reset the password. Your first childhood pet. That would probably be the snake, since it said shadow in the back of the picture, so let's go with that. Answer stored. Your favorite musical act. Ooh, that's rough. I don't remember that one off the top of my head. Let's say Maria Mercurial. What is the name of your hometown? I'm guessing she's from Chicago. Incorrect. Alright, well we need to find out who or what her favorite group is. I may have missed that in here. So let's take a look really quick. I'll just take a quick glance. I'm not going to read all of it again. And the receipt, of course, was for the gun. Okay. This one right here, the poem on it, doesn't tell me what the poem says. I don't see anything there. The last one is just the thing. Alright. I know I'm missing something. Action movies and cigarettes. But you know what? We're going to do it the hard way. We're going to say, you know what? Password recovery. We know it's going to be Shadow as the pet. We're going to start with Concrete Dreams. And we're going to say she's from Chicago. Incorrect. One more. Shadow is right. The Elementals. Chicago. Incorrect. Shadow. Shield Wall. Chicago. Incorrect. One of these is bound to be right. Shadow. Starfire. Chicago. Okay, so the password's been reset. For security, never write down your password, logging you in. Excellent. Okay. Ooh, we got 3 karma from that. That means we can actually get another willpower, or we can get another spell, oh, what's it called? Spell casting. Alright, calendar. 3 days ago, meet with Delilah about gig. Today, meet Paco for date at Pike's Place Marketplace, due in 30 minutes. Okay. Contacts. Coyote's contacts list is exactly 1 entry, someone named Paco. There is no comlink number or other contact information for him available. This does not seem like a very useful list of contacts. Okay. Access history. Quick scan of her recent searches shows that Coyote has been reading a great deal about hellhounds. It also suggests more than a casual interest in vintage action figures. Alright. Well, let's go ahead. We have to go back down and talk to Mrs. Kapoor, but first we're going to go in here and we're going to actually spend some karma. We can go down to willpower this way, right? Yes, we can. See, I can't go up to 5 here until I go up to 5 here. See, now that becomes open. This is the main kind of like stat, and these are skills underneath the stat that are ruled by that stat. So I can't actually get, you know, if I got cyberware, I might be able to find a way. Well, I guess I have to do initiation to get up to there, because you can't get cyberware to increase your willpower. It doesn't really matter. We're going to increase our willpower, and then the next one we're going to do is we're going to increase our spellcasting. Just kind of keep bumping those up so that we become more powerful. Okay, and that, I think, is going to be about all that we're going to have time for today. We found a lot about Coyote. We know that we're going to have to head to Pike's Place to basically find out what happened to her, because she knows more than she's letting on. And we're going to go and talk to Mrs. Kapoor right now. So, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. Leave a comment and let me know what your thoughts are, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye now.